Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have already primed my eyes and done my eyebrows. I'm going to be going into the Modern Renaissance palette. And the first color I will be dipping into is the color Buen Fresco. That is like a lavender color up here at the top. I'm just going to be taking a Morphe shader brush, an E22, and I'm going to be lightly putting that color in my crease, and I'm going to be building up that color as we go. So starting out with a little bit of product and then working my way up into a larger bit of product and putting that from one corner of the eye in the crease to the other. And here you can see me building that color up. Now I'm going to be going into an R39 brush, and again this is from Morphe, and I'm going to be taking the color Love Letter, and this is another matte color, and I'm just going to be building this right below where we put that color Buen Fresco, and we're just going to be creating a gradient between the purple and the, I guess you could call it a maroon color, and we're just going to be blending those together and buffing them out. Now I'm going into, with the R39 again, I'm taking the color Venetian Red, and I'm going to be taking only on the outer corner of my eye and just blending that in. Now I'm taking the color Buen Fresco again with a shader brush. I believe this is the R19. And I'm going to be taking this color into the inner portion of my eye. I'm just blending it from the middle to the inner corner of my eye. Now I am taking the R441 and I'm going into the color Cypress Umber, and I'm going to be taking this on the outer portion of my lid. As I explained earlier, this is going to create a gradient from all the colors to the deepest color, and I'm just blending that in and buffing this out. I'm going to an M241 brush. It is just a flat concealer brush. I'm going to be taking the Tarte Shape Tape and cutting the entire crease. So what I'm doing is just putting a little bit of concealer on the lash line, the upper lash line, and then looking straight up. And that is going to tell me where I am going to be cutting my crease. I did learn this trick from Nicole Guerrero, and she is a YouTuber. Now I'll be taking the same synthetic brush we used to cut our crease and taking the color Vermeer. And it's just this like lavender sheen color. And I'm just taking that all over the lid where we placed the concealer. I'm going to be taking some eyeliner. And this is just the NYX eyeliner, and it's the matte one. I'm just going to be lining and making a wing here. Nothing special. And of course, the best mascara, in my opinion, is the Better Than Sex from Too Faced, and I'm just going to be popping that onto the upper lashes first, and then I let them dry, and then I hit the lower lashes after I put my falsies on. So I already put my falsies on, and they of course are Ardell, and I'm taking the Urban Decay Naked Skin in the color green, and I couldn't get it to focus here, that's why I was getting a little frustrated. But again, I'm just popping this on the red portions of my face to cancel out that red, and then I'm going to be taking the G39 and buffing those out. And here I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Born This Way foundation and just buffing this in with a sponge from Real Techniques. This foundation I believe is a medium to full coverage. I do love the way it wears. I have drier skin most of the time, but my face really does look really good with this foundation. It is a dewier makeup, and I do kind of layer it on the cheek portions where I have most of my acne scars. And I'm going to be concealing and highlighting, of course, with my Tarte Shape Tape. And I'm putting the lighter color in mostly the more corner of my eye, around my nose area. So I'm just buffing the chin, the forehead, underneath of the eye, and the cupid's bow with the Real Technique sponge. Now I'm going to be setting my face with the Kat Von D translucent setting powder, and I'm just taking a light touch of this powder because this is one of those types of powders that will leave your face with a white cast. So I'm just taking this very lightly on a beauty sponge, again using the Real Technique sponge, and just taking this all over my face, but definitely mostly in the parts that I put the concealer, of course, which is underneath the eye, the nose, the forehead, etc. Now I'm just buffing this away with a Morphe brush, and I'm just taking the powder from underneath my eyes, of course, on my forehead. Now I'm going to be taking the Hoola bronzer from the Cheek Parade palette from Benefit. And the brush that it comes with, I haven't used very much, but I'm going to go ahead and use it here today. And this is going to be able to help me sculpt my cheekbones so we can contour. And I'm just taking that and buffing it into the hollows of my cheeks and just blending it out so it's not such a harsh line. I'm going to be taking the PK4 brush, and it's just an angled brush, and I'm going to be taking this to contour my forehead, again my cheeks, and then as well as my jawline. And I'm just actually cleaning up the edges of that contour, and I'm just putting a little bit of that Kat Von D powder onto a blending sponge and just sharpening that contour there. And I'm just going to be blending it out with a powder brush. I'm going to be taking the M577, and I'm going to be contouring my nose with that Hoola bronzer. And I'm just going to be taking that from the portion where the eyebrow starts there on the straight line, and I'm taking it down the bridge of my nose here, and then also going to be around like the little butt of the nose as well, and that's going to create a slimmer looking nose. So just buffing away that powder that I did place to sharpen that contour with just a Morphe powder brush. And I'm going to be going in with a Stila highlighter. It's a putty highlighter, and it's in the color Transcendent. And I'm going to be taking with some Urban Decay, just setting my face first before I put my highlighter on. I always do this step before I put any kind of highlighter on. It just allows the highlighter to stick a lot better. And I'm just going to be taking a Real Techniques brush and just taking that powder on, again, the high portions of my face, the high portions of my cheeks, my forehead, the bridge of my nose, the little edge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. Now we're dipping back into the Cheek Parade palette, and I'm going to be taking a R14 blush brush from Morphe and going into the color Dandelion and just taking that on the apples of our cheeks and blending it out into the Hoola bronzer that we placed on our contour line as well. So now we're going to be working on the lower lash line. I'm going to be taking a Beauty Creations angled brush, going back into the Modern Renaissance palette with the color Cypress Umber, and I'm going to be lining the lower lash line, and instead of connecting it to the inner corner of my eye, I'm actually going to be taking it just straight out, so headed towards the nose instead of headed up towards the eyebrow. And this is going to create a look for our eyes to be a little bit larger because we're going to place a lighter color where that empty space is, where we created that little liner on the bottom portion of our eye. Now we're going to be taking a thinner angled brush and going back into the color Cypress Umber and just darkening that liner. I'm going to be taking an M70-2 brush. I believe what this is a lip brush, but I use it for both lip, I use it for concealer, and I also use it for my eye area. And I'm just going into the color Tempura from the Modern Renaissance palette and just placing it into that negative space that we created the liner. And I'm just putting this where that space is and also taking it onto the waterline as well. Now I'm going to be putting the Better Than Sex mascara on my lower lashes. I'm going to be lining my lips with the Ofra Cosmetics lip pencil in the color Spicy. And then I'm going to be going in with the Makeup Revolution lip gloss Euphoria, I believe is called. And I believe this is in the color Euphoria, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's the color Euphoria, and it is a lip gloss, and it's a like lighter nude orange color, and this is just going to complement and take the focus from our lips to our eyes. Now I'm going to be taking an R39 blending brush and going into the color Love Letter from the Modern Renaissance palette. And I'm going to be taking that on the outer third of my eye, never bringing it in towards the inner corner. And I'm going to be going back into that Stila highlighter. And I'm going to be taking a M278, which I believe it was, or you can just use a like small pencil brush. And I'm taking that on the inner corner of my eye with some setting spray to give my eye a pop of color in the inner corner. So I just set my face one last time with the Urban Decay Chill Setting Spray, and this look is finished. I definitely hope to see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!